Hello, it's me, Fully Stacked here, back with yet another Dauntless video. I've been streaming this quite a lot in the last few days, and I've been talking with people on stream, and it kind of gave me the idea to do a wishlist video because of all the ideas that were getting talked about on stream. So here I am, making one, and these are in no particular order purely because of the fact that, to be completely honest, all of them will be really nice, cool additions to the game, and personally I wouldn't put any of them above the other because they're all kind of unique in their own way, really. Okay, so here we go. Number 1. Different gender behemoths with different weight, HP and damage stats. Which might sound a bit weird, but let me just explain that a little bit. Obviously, with different animals you have patriarchal and matriarchal societies. Not only would it be nice to see different gender behemoths, and it would also mean that they would have different kind of stats. For example, if they were bigger, they would have more weight, therefore more HP. If they were smaller, they would have less HP but more damage, and perhaps they could attack quicker as well. It would keep fights quite interesting because you would never know quite what you were going to get every time. Because right now, every behemoth is the same. Well, I'm just going to clarify by that I mean each behemoth in specifics is the same, not the quill shot versus Nasher equal the same, you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that would be quite a cool addition. It would make a lot more variation, although I'm not exactly sure what Phoenix Labs are going to do, so perhaps in the future this will be already a thing and gender specifics will be required. Number 2, which is kind of leading on from the one I just said, it would be nice to have some form of in-game guild hall where you could have like a trophy room, where you could show off your biggest hunts basically. It's basically only a cosmetic edition, but I think it would be quite nice. It would give the guilds a kind of joining area where they're not just like in different instances and servers. It would generally be quite nice to just have a kind of gathering area. Although I am aware this is alpha, so this is probably not going to happen for quite a long time. My wishlist number 3 is kind of more of a UI thing than anything. You know when you've been hunting a Nasher and you kind of don't want to open the cause because you'd just rather go out and hunt another? Yeah. When you've stacked up quite a few of these, it can be quite a long time to open them because of the fact that you have to wait for the animation, wait for it to pop up, open them all, then send them back, then open another one. It'd be nice if there was just an open all of X type button, so you could like click a certain type and then it would just open them all at the same time. It would save quite a lot of time and at the same time would allow you to have the gratification of the little opening animation. I know it's a rather small thing, but it would be quite nice to have purely because of the fact that the amount of them I've opened now, it can be kind of tedious trying to get through them all, if you've got quite a few stacked up anyway. This next one, number 4, is actually one that was suggested by someone on stream, although there was quite a few suggestions going on, so I can't remember quite who said it, unfortunately. Although make yourself known if you're watching the video. But the suggestion was basically to have bigger raids for like mega behemoths, so for example you'd have like a much stronger version of whatever it was that you were wanting to fight, but you were therefore allowed more people because otherwise you would probably all die. I thought that was quite cool. It's quite a different idea. It would be nice to have areas that required more in terms of people because it would, especially for bigger guilds, it would allow you to use more of your, human resources. In fact, I'm almost certain that this is going to be a feature anyway because having guilds in a 4-man party game does seem a little bit odd. I mean, sure, you could have lots of 4-man parties going on, but at some point you're going to want more than 4-man parties, right? But anyway, moving on to number 5 of the wish list, and that is to have some form of pet or something to go and gather for you while you fight. Now, I'm sure as you're aware, in other games such as Monster Hunter, they do have the cats which can do stuff similar to that and can also heal you in battle as well as other things. I'm not sure how well that would translate into this game, however, I think that something to gather for you while you're fighting would be quite cool, except you would have to make it so that it could only gather certain things or certain pets could only gather certain things, otherwise people would just constantly go into solo hunts, like just go AFK and then just wait for the thing to gather everything and then just leave or kill whatever it was that they went there to kill. So while I think this would be a cool addition, I'm not going to hold my breath because some people would probably try and abuse it and that's not exactly the point of the game to go AFK. So I'm not too sure about that one. However, I do think it would be quite cool to have something in that regard to kind of fulfill the pet role. Who knows, maybe there could be a quest where you have to go into one of the areas like this and there's a Nasher with a Nasher baby and you could therefore like take it after killing its mother and then train it up to be your own. You could train up a little baby Nasher and it could go off and do things for you. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I must admit, I did just think of that off the top of my head, and I'm quite liking it actually. That'd be quite a nice, neat idea. How easy it would be to translate into the game and how useful it would be, I'm not sure, but I'd quite like it. But there you have it. There's my 5 things on a wish list that I'd like to see in Dauntless. They're in no particular order. I'd like to see all of them. However, obviously, some of them could potentially make it in. Some of them are a bit more far-fetched. However, if you'd like to see any of these in the game, let me know in the comments below. I will just say, however, that there's obviously suggestions on the subreddit such as carving, a tavern, and other things like that that I could have mentioned, but due to them being mentioned on the subreddit, they're not really my wish list if they are quite publicly known to be wanted into the game. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. However, if you like this video, give it a like. If you dislike this video, then give it a dislike. And if you really like me, you can always give me a subscribe. If you want to keep up with when I'm going to be streaming, there is a Discord link in the description below. In the announcement sections is where I usually put when I'm going to be streaming, and I try to put up announcements a few hours before streaming. But that concludes this video, and I hope to see you for the next one.